This is Robert Mardlacci, the MindShare Learning Report, Canada's Learning and Technology e-magazine. And welcome to this week in Canadian EdTech, MindShareTV, featuring Jennifer Womble, Education Catalyst Conference Chair for FETC, on the upcoming FETC conference, January 23rd to 26th, back in Orlando. Jennifer, thank you for joining me today.
I'm so excited to be here, Robert. We have lots of new and exciting things happening. And of course, just as you mentioned, we are thrilled to be back in Orlando, our home base. So for our 44th annual FETC, and 42 of those have been in Orlando. So it is our home. And we are really thrilled to be back there next January.
Well, we're thrilled to be partnering once again. It's been many years that we've been a media partner, thanks to your support. And we've known each other. We go back quite a number of years. 2010, I believe, when you took over the helm of chairing FETC.
Absolutely. So since 2010, we've been chairing this event, and it is phenomenal. Let me just tell you, the growth that we have seen based on the needs of what's happening in schools with technology has been overwhelming. So we're excited to see that growth. We're excited to provide professional development for more levels than ever before. So we have 7 tracks this year. So we've added assistive technology, as well as media specialists, educators, coaches, district administrators, and campus leaders. So being able to provide that much professional content and learning is extremely exciting. Oh, thanks for sharing. This is a great look at our website.
Yeah. So here's the agenda and little trivia. When I was completing my master's in EdTech at Pepperdine, our cadre actually came to FETC as part of our learning journey, which was super cool. So we spent the whole time there. We were challenged to go and meet the vendors and challenge them with the pedagogy questions and see how up on their game they were. And it was a real learning experience for us. And you know, we've been coming for over 20 years as MindShare. So
it's amazing. And what you mentioned is really what happens with lots of schools and districts is they're bringing teams. So more than ever before, there are so many dynamic changes in EdTech that they need to bring a team to see what's happening with my English department, what's happening with my elementary students. So they're definitely bringing teams, just like you said. And I love what you mentioned about being an intentional attendee, making a plan before you attend, looking at the content before you attend, making a plan for the expo floor. That is really essential to getting the most out of the conference, because at the end of the day, we want you to go back to your schools and districts and make a change, make an impact, and improve student learning. So that's a great point.
Absolutely. And I understand AI is going to be infused
it's
throughout.
It's a small topic of conversation and education.
I see one of your keynotes here, Daniel Fitzpatrick, will be.
Yes. I am so excited. Yeah, Daniel Fitzpatrick is one of our main keynotes. Many of you may have read his book, and we are thrilled that he's going to be talking directly about what are the latest things happening in artificial intelligence. And not only that, but how do you implement that? So a lot of us are learning about how it's being embedded into many EdTech tools. So we've got lots of people coming to learn about that. But also, what is the big picture for the future of education being impacted by artificial intelligence? Oh, and this is an all-time favorite. I love that you're sharing this. So TechShare Live is our closing keynote, never more popular. Adam and Leslie and Adam, I guess it's Adam squared, right? They present the very latest tools. Many of them are in close contact with companies, and they kind of are sharing secrets of new tools that are coming out. And this is definitely a fan favorite for everyone, not to be missed. But this team is exceptional. If you're not following all of them already, you definitely should be. And so we are just super, super thrilled to be able to offer content that meets the needs of all schools and districts and give them a lot of choices. So if you are a person who needs to learn a certain content, what you were showing earlier on the agenda, they can search by keyword or track. And we definitely offer orientation so that people, when they get there, can figure out how to build their schedule and maximize their time. But I like what you're showing here too, because we're meeting all the different learning styles. You can come to a 45-minute concurrent session. You can sit in a hands-on 2-hour workshop. You can go to a leadership roundtable or a thought leadership panel. So we're really working on personalizing the learning experience for attendees so that they're getting the most out of FETC as well. And sometimes I want to go to the expo floor for a little while, then I want to go to a session. So what's meeting my needs the best? And so it's kind of exciting this year. I will tell you, this is something, Robert, you might be
Right.
really interested in. Our leadership roundtables are by far one of the most popular things that attendees ask for year after year. And it's that small group sharing where people are really talking about implementation, what they've done in their school or district, tackling some hard topics and having those face-to-face conversations. Because as you know, the connections are as important as the information.
Absolutely. And this is something for all the education and leadership. So K to 12, from teachers to superintendents. So it's and
Yeah,
CIO. So it's not a teacher conference only.
great.
You cater to the whole spectrum, which I
Yeah,
really love that.
and a lot of people don't realize. So we are a direct partnership with District Administration Magazine. That's our
Mhm.
publication. And so we have very specific and intentional training for leadership for both district level leadership and campus level leadership. So there's a special executive summit, which is invite only for those people, which features such great names as Joe Sanfilippo and Jimmy Casas,
Right.
Marlon Stiles, and Tom Murray. Then we also have the keynote that we mentioned, Dan Fitzpatrick.
Right.
He is doing a special VIP, C-level workshop just on AI and leadership. So we have a lot of
Awesome.
special and unique things that are for district leadership and school leadership. But we also have an enormous amount of training and workshops, 250
Right.
workshops across
Incredible.
all your whole team. Yeah. So that people can learn from classroom all the way up to boardroom. What is the technology? How do I use it? How do we implement it to encourage students and make teaching and learning better?
And
That's really the
thank you
goal.
for that. And STEM, you've got a STEM theater, and esports is hot as well.
Yeah.
Um, and then you've got a startup alley as well, and a competition.
Yeah, so this year we have a pitch fest that has 6 different categories. There were hundreds of applications of startup companies. This is a really exciting time, kind of a volcanic change is happening in education, and lots of great new ideas are coming. So that pitch fest will run all day Wednesday and Thursday with a big grand finale and an announcement there. I'm going to tell you, I'm really excited about the expo floor this year. You mentioned that esports area in the arena. So we love that CDW brings in games and shows people how to play them, how to build esports teams. But we have, for the first time ever at any conference in North America, we will have a Hado court. So I'm not sure if you know about Hado yet, Hado, but this
Yeah.
is where you wear virtual reality and students are playing a game similar to like fireball throwing dodgeball.
Wow.
It's great for health and fitness, and STEMfinity is bringing that to FETC first time in America, first time in North America. We're going to have a court where people can play this and see how that will become an asset to their, schools, to have that for health and fitness, for wellness, and for learning. We also on the show floor this year are doing something brand new called Expo Hall Tours. So I've asked my featured speakers to pick out their 10 favorite companies or booths. Go pick
Right.
out my favorite things. And so those featured speakers are going to take attendees on a tour around the expo hall of their 10 favorite things. So I'm really excited about this, the first time we've ever done it. And so people like Leslie Fisher and Adam Bello and Holly Clark, they're going to be taking people on a tour. As you can tell, when you have over 400 companies, a lot of people come in and go, I don't know where to start, or I'm not sure what to do. Well, we're going to have people meet together at a big star. You start here, and they're going to take you on a tour to visit their 10 favorite booths to help people understand what is that connection between the content and the professional development and the companies on the floor. So,
Right.
in addition to that, when you look at our agenda now, every single presenter this year, we have asked them to share what ed tech tools are you using in your session.
That's brilliant.
So, as an attendee, if I'm using Microsoft Flip in my school, I can search now and say who's doing sessions on Flip, who's using Canva, who's using this. And so we're trying to really help attendees make the connection between what they're learning. If you're in a Curry Pod workshop, we want you to be able to go and visit them on the floor and ask more questions and get the updates. So we're really trying to help build that intentionality that we were talking about a minute ago for attendees,
Right.
seeing that connection, and also building relationships with vendors to give them feedback and then to understand what updates are coming so they can prepare their districts for the exciting new things coming from the technology. And then the schools can give feedback as well.
What wonderful! That's just such a much deeper experience that they'll enjoy in the exhibit area. And I'm showing the exhibit floor and a list of scrolling through because it's good to do some advanced homework before you go and pick an area, whether it's STEM or esports, that is a focus for your school or your district,
Right.
and hone in.
Yeah.
And there's so many great opportunities. I love the informal learning and the open spaces that you have, the
Yeah.
gathering spaces where you have presenters and folks who just hang out and meet each other. And
That's exactly
it's
right.
that informal learning is and relationship building. Talk to me about the importance of doing that. Just like our
Yeah.
Can-Am event that we're hosting our 28th Can-Am event this year in partnership with you guys.
Amazing. You're exactly right. So yes, we have this really detailed system for collecting what you attend at every event and scanning you and giving you a Verittend report, which is all your CEUs you can take back to your district for certification. But we also know there's a hashtag that's called "It Happens in the Hallways." And the reality is sometimes it's the person you meet in a session or a workshop or on the expo floor. And that connection that's made is what is really the spark for change in your classroom and in your district. And having that communication with another person who's been through this experience or has some ideas throughout the year, those are the relationships that are built. And so that's what the support is in the FETC community year round, is that you make those connections on site. So you're exactly right. We know a lot of the great conversation happens in the hallway. So it is the place to be. And I will tell you, Robert, I've never been more excited than this year. FETC really is the place to be because we have so many things happening even before the event. EdTech Digest is hosting an F3 event before our event in conjunction with us. And then we also have a Microsoft coaching certification that's happening pre-event.
Brilliant.
So we have lots of groups who are coming to FETC to offer the very best in professional development alongside of our conference. So it really is the place to be in January.
And so it's not too late to register. And I understand that you have a special offer for us Canadians. And
Yes.
traditionally, there's over 200 Canadians that attend.
Oh, yeah. And definitely, we have Canadian companies, which we've been very thrilled. And some of them have even won our Pitch Fest, events in the past. Great companies like Paper and all those groups that have come down. And we know that Canadians also love some Orlando sunshine in January. So it's a great place to learn and connect. And so we are offering a Canada 10 discount. So the code Canada 10, and that gives you 10% off everything. So if you decide you want a premium registration, 10% off that. If you want a basic, 10% off that. And then our expo only is free. So we do have thousands of people who attend the expo floor and come just to visit that area. And that expo pass is free. So we encourage people to, if you can come and just visit our vendors, just see what's on those. There's 5 theaters on that floor as well. So you can get professional content and meet over 400 vendors. That expo hall is free. So before December 22nd, that's our next discount for registration rates. That's our early bird. So if you can register before then, you'll get the discounted price and the 10% off. But if you register in January, you'll still get the 10% off any type of registration that you choose to pick.
And you arrange special pricing for hotels and flight discount as well. I see that.
Absolutely.
So
it's all there.
It's not too late to register, and we'll be there to host our 28th Canadian Can-Am Celebration of Excellence meetup, where we have gather leaders and teachers from across and EdTechs from across North America to connect, share, and forge partnerships. And so we always enjoy meeting new folks and seeing some old friends. And that informal learning, again, is so powerful. a little trivia for you. Sunwest School Division brought 65 of their teachers and leaders one year.
Yes.
The superintendent took a bit of heat, but they wanted to accelerate the innovation curve
That's right.
in their district, and it really helped them pivot quickly.
It does. And you need everyone on your staff understanding what the trends are, what the future of education is, so that you can make a plan in your district that's really effective. So and also I was going to say, if you look under PD tools, another thing I'll let you know is every Wednesday we publish FETC Weekly. And those are articles coming from our speakers and coming from our community that a lot of that sharing that's happening there, people are in tune year round. We also have a webinar series year round where we are connecting our featured speakers and the very best content that we're hearing from superintendents that they're looking for through that sharing. So the next one on January the 8th, we'll have an FETC preview. So we'll be talking about all the learning experiences, that's completely free. And it's just a preview of all the speakers, all the learning activities like the AR, VR experience, the 3D printing experiences. So we'll give everyone a full view. But even before that, our mobile app will open December the 12th. So
fantastic.
We do that a month early so people can build their schedules. They can figure out what their game plan is as they're running up, to the event, and they can kind of see who's speaking, what's happening, and kind of make that schedule and work together as a team. We want people to have a plan before they get there. Who on my team is going to what session or workshop, who's visiting each booth, getting some gathering information, to bring back and share. So we're December the 12th, the mobile app will open. And then, of course, we'll have on January the 8th, a webinar with a preview of the entire event. So people will walk in confident that they can tackle the event and know what they're there to learn it, and go back and make a difference in their schools.
Well, congratulations. And what number is this? FETC?
44.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So since 1981, a small group of tech leaders started this conference, and we have been very fortunate over the years to be able to gather just the very best minds and thought leaders from all over the country to come and share. And the amazing part is I have a lot of fun after FETC watching LinkedIn and Twitter and seeing all the things that people learned and them sharing, here's what I learned and here's what looks in my classroom. Like, I think that is really the most fulfilling thing, is to hear superintendents say what I learned there. And now we've changed our whole district. Rick Surency was the superintendent of the year in Florida, spoke at FETC last year about some changes they made. Then we had 3 other superintendents come and say, we did the same thing and now it worked. So that's really the power of professional development, is that connection and learning and then implementation. And so that's what we're trying to do, is help attendees be more effective at implementing change back at their school districts by what they're learning on site. Amazing. So that's not easy, but we're all trying. You're trying it in Canada. We're trying it in the US.
It takes a digital village, I like to say.
Oh, I love that. That is a great point.
Thank you. And it's not just a Florida conference. It is a national conference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and international. Because
you
you get at least 30, 40 countries represented as well, don't
every
you?
year. By far, we have many, many countries exhibited, and the speakers alone are from 48 states, just the speakers. So I have the true. I'm just cannot tell you how much I appreciate getting to work with our speakers. This year, we have close to 700 speakers that are from all 48 states this year. And I think 12 countries, just the speakers. So that's not even, the attendee base. So it is really exciting, because we really are looking for the very best content from everywhere to come and share, and have that impact. There's, what is there, 3 million teachers in the United States? They all need to hear what's happening and coming down the pipeline and figure out how they can solve the challenges that they're having in their classrooms and districts. And sometimes that's not inside your own 4 walls. You got to go outside of your walls to get that information. But we know how precious time is outside of the school. So we want to make sure that when people come to FETC, it is jam-packed full from the beginning till the end of the day. When you're at the expo hall, we have, open bar for you, and we have an exciting time. And then I will say, for the first time ever, on Thursday, we are offering all attendees lunch. Lunch is on us. Everybody's going to be
Stacy.
given a gift card. They can buy whatever lunch they want. We have lunch areas because people have asked for exactly what you just mentioned, more time to connect.
Right.
So we're going to give everybody gift cards. You can go and get the lunch
Wonderful.
of your choice. And then we have tables set up so people can connect and have conversations and not have to worry about one more thing. Where am I going to get lunch in the middle of my crazy day?
Fantastic.
So we've taken care of that for attendees this year. And I'm super excited because
Well,
we want our attendees to feel the love also.
well, and I love your passion and innovative spirit and growth mindset. So exciting, and looking forward to partnering with you on FETC 2024. 49 days to go, I believe.
49 days. The countdown is on. We're so excited. Yes,
With,
49 and counting.
with that, Jen Womble, Conference Chair, FETC 2024. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me. And I cannot wait to see all the Canadian group that's growing every year. I love that group picture that you take because that group has grown so much every year. And the amount that we're able to connect and benefit from one another is growing every year as well. So thank you very much, Robert. I
Let's
really
aim for the
appreciate it.
best ever. And thank you again, Jen. My name is Robert Merlacci, the Mindshare Learning Report. Be sure to check out www.MindShareLearning to get your latest report. And until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep the learning curve steep.